would this have worked better as a movie?
I think it
Yeah.
might have, because they might have paced it better.
True. Yeah, maybe. I think so, maybe because it feels, especially towards the end, like 'cause it's so rushed. I mean, if you're gonna kind of, yeah, it's a weird one. It's a sticky one,
Especially
as we say
considering
in
they
the
spent
UK.
so much time on the sports anime stuff at the beginning. It's like we didn't need to spend all that time if you were gonna rush things.
So, what would you have focused on if it was a movie? Like,
Well,
what's
I
the
think
main?
if I was making this into a movie, like the sports anime stuff is gets condensed to like maybe a couple of minutes just to establish who the characters are, who the players are,
Mm,
get their meet scene, get basically use the sports anime to just get to the club scene. And so that we see him as Devilman Crybaby by like the half hour, 45-minute mark, assuming this is like a 2 hour movie. And then
golly.
like the last solid 45 minutes would be what like the last few episodes are.
Hmm. I mean, that's decent. Fair enough. What thoughts for that? Since you actually like the ending.
No, yeah, I agree. It's not sure if it would have worked better. I mean, probably it's hard to tell. I do think that it would have helped with the whole like having like 6, 7 episodes of it being a sports anime. Like they just wouldn't have had time to conclude that. Yeah, the more like focus there would be on the end or like the lead up to the end, the better, if you will. Yeah, I agree.
Um, yeah, I think it could have worked better. To be honest, I think yeah, I think this could have been a really really good movie actually if they just if they weren't gonna put a huge focusing on the characters and making this a character study and just made it about the event and the themes and the ideas. I think it could have worked. They could cut out a bunch of stuff, maybe not introduce so many characters and just focus on Akira and his relationship with Rio and Mickey and just really focus on that part and then really just start building up to towards the end and obviously how dedicating a bit more time to how he became Devilman Crybaby and why he's become this and why Rio has this plan and why he wants to do this and stuff like that and just I think yeah it could have worked. I think as a movie, like having that build up, like something's coming, this is all leading up to something huge. And I think with the right writing and directing, it could have been one of those movies that really has you on the edge of your seat, like, okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And then towards the end you have this big fantastical ending, and then it's like, I don't know what the word is, catharsis, whatever. So
I think it's more
yeah.
of like release.
Yeah. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's just like, yes, here it is, and I knew it was coming, but I'm glad it came.
Climax.
Yeah, yeah. There you go, and a good old climax. So
I think
kind of
as a
like the end
TV
of yeah. Go on.
I think this is I agree with you because I think because show and you know that each segment is like I guess what like 20, 25 minutes. You sort of know, okay, here's the start, here's the middle, here's the end. And that kind of you can kind of it's like when you watch a movie and you see the bad guy gets defeated, but there's still like 45 minutes of the movie left. You're like, well, that's obviously not the actual ending.
Yeah.
I think when it's a TV show, you're like, okay, well, this isn't the ending because 5 episodes left. And it kind of takes away the ability for the story to like fake out or like trick you or really do anything. But with a movie, I think this type of story would have done better with the fake out ending
Mm.
of
Yeah.
like, no, everyone dies. That's the end of the movie. I think that makes it a lot more shocking.
Mm. True, true, true. Yeah, I think it could have, yeah, definitely gone down like maybe like an end of Evangelion route. I think if they had followed that model, maybe not exactly, but just that model, I think End of Evangelion really works very well as a movie, which a lot of people might have been surprised at. Well, I was surprised at because I'm so used to I was so used to it being in a series, but yeah, I think the way they did it in End of Evangelion was really well done. And I think Devilman could have done the same thing, maybe with a bit more time as well. So yeah, I do think yeah, it could have been better as a movie, especially if they made the decisions that they did for the series. If they took those decisions, condensed it a bit more, could have been something a bit more special. But alas, we didn't get that, so we move on. That's not the timeline that we were birthed in, unfortunately. That's for people in another timeline. Unlucky, guys.